Bonjour my lovelies, my name is Adriel, I'm an American who lives in Paris, and today we're talking about Typology. Typology is a French skincare brand, and I have been using it since I first moved to Paris about 4 years ago. I have tried so many of their products, and I really do like a lot. As a result, because I have tried so many of their products, I can't go into depth on each and every one. So instead, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to talk about some of my favorites, and then I'm also going to talk about some of the products that I get asked about the most. Let's start off with the two products that I get asked the most often about. First, their Tinted Lip Oil and their Tinted Serum. So right now, I have on the Tinted Lip Oil. I also have on their Tinted Serum. And I have to say, I really love the Tinted Lip Oil. I'm still on the fence as far as the Tinted Serum, so let's break each one down. When it comes to the Tinted Lip Oil, as you can see, it's just a very light amount of color. So I have on their red, and it's just a very soft glow on the lips, and I really like that. I have days when I love to wear a big, bold lip color, and then I also have moments and days when I just want to have on something soft that's pretty simple, and that just gives me just a kiss of color. That's what I find that their lip oil does. It really does give you just a kiss of color. I'm a huge fan of the lip oil. It lasts long, like it wells very well during the day. You do need to reapply, right? Because it does kind of start to come off as you eat and drink and whatnot. But I find that it keeps my lips quite moisturized, and for me that's something that's really important because I often suffer from very dry lips, very chapped lips, and so for me, I really do need something that's keeping it moisturized, and I found that the Typology Lip Oil really does do that. Now, as far as the Tinted Serum, the reason that I'm kind of on the fence about it is because I went through their whole diagnostic, and I chose the color that not only their diagnostic recommended, but also that really matched exactly what they said, you know, it was supposed to be. So I went with a medium brown color, and when I apply it though on my face, it's so dark. So the first time I applied it, I did one full drop and I kind of put it all over my face, and it just made my face look completely different color from my neck and the rest of my body. But now when I apply it, I just use a very light amount, very small amount on my face, and then I put the rest on my neck, and I use a very small drop. Even still, I don't find that it really blends that well into my skin tone. I think that it matches my summer skin tone when I'm out in the sun and I'm tan and all of that. But as far as winter, when I lose like all of my, you know, my little brown glow, it doesn't really match for me. So one thing that Typology does is they say, you know, you can buy one bottle, and then what they'll do is they'll give you a discount on a second bottle so you can kind of blend together to make your, you know, your custom color. I don't know right now if I want to splurge on a second bottle until I figure out whether, like, how I feel kind of about this first bottle that I got. I will also note that I have talked to Typology representatives before. I've asked them, you know, what do you recommend if you think you're between two colors? And they say to go with the color that is darker. I would actually kind of say that I would disagree with that. I'd say if you're between two colors, you know, probably order them both and mix it, and then you'll have, you know, your own custom color. But with that said, am I about to go splurge myself on a color now that I've already gotten one? I don't know. I know other people who use the Typology tint, and when they put it on, it really does blend. It looks like they have nothing on their face. It's just a kiss of color, and I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's just supposed to be a kiss of color, very much like the lip oil. So the jury is still out when it comes to the Tinted Serum, at least for me. But I will say that for the people I know who use it and they have the right color for their skin, it really does look like they're basically wearing nothing. Now let's move on to some of my favorite products from Typology. I really like Typology's Hydrolats. That's essentially toners. Okay, so I really love a lot of their toners. I think they're really nice and they're really great on the skin. Particularly, I have used their Orange Blossom, and I just really like the way it feels on my skin. It doesn't dry my skin out, and yet it's still moisturizing, and it has like a very nice gentle, soft scent. I have tried almost every single one and they have never let me down. I also have tried a lot of Typology serums. I've tried their hand serums, I've tried lots of their face serums, I've tried lots of their face oils, hand oils, all of those things. And I also have to say that I really do like a lot of their serums. My personal favorite that I really love is their bakuchiol oil. I think that it absorbs into the skin very nicely and it is just a really lovely product. Like, it does exactly what it is supposed to do. One of the things that people often don't notice is that it's really what's the first 5 ingredients that determine kind of what's in the product. Like, those are the first 5 ingredients are the 5 things that are the most active in the product, right? And so obviously with a serum, you want the active ingredient to be, you know, in those first 5. That is one of the things I really like about the Typology serums is I do think that overwhelmingly they do really use a good composition of products. They really do kind of stick with having the most active ingredients within kind of those first 5 ingredients in the product, so it does actually deliver on what it is that you're wanting. Now, one product that I know that is talked about a lot with respect to Typology is their vitamin C serum. And I want to say that their vitamin C is formulated nicely. However, I use the vitamin C serum that's kind of generally considered quote unquote the best. And so as a result, when it comes to comparing any other vitamin C serum to that, no other vitamin C serum I have found really compare super closely. There are essentially 3 different types of vitamin C that you can formulate a vitamin C serum with. And one formulation is a little bit gentler, and then you have one that's kind of in the middle, and then you have one that's kind of the most intense. The problem, quote unquote problem, with the product that has the most intense vitamin C formulation in it is that it's often unstable. So you, for example, will not get through a full jar like this, okay, before it goes bad. However, the product that has the gentler formulation of vitamin C, it is more stable, and so you'll be able to get through kind of a whole jar. That is what Typology's vitamin C serum is formulated with. It's with the one that is, you know, a little bit quote unquote less effective, but also much more stable. So the thing to keep in mind really when it comes to the Typology vitamin C is that it is definitely something that is a bit more gentler. Everyone's going to be able to use it. If you have sensitive skin or damaged skin, you definitely would probably want to start with the Typology vitamin C serum because it is nice, it is a very good formulation, it's going to take a bit longer for it to produce results, but it is much less likely to irritate your skin. But I have tried, as I said, so many of their serums. So if you have any particular question about a particular serum, please let me know. I'm always happy to help us on that. Another product that I really want to talk about that I absolutely love is their Purifying Moisturizer. I actually use it at night and I love this moisturizer. I consistently repurchase it. It is my jam. For me, my skin is very sensitive, particularly when it comes to moisturizers. So it is very easy to clog up my skin, my pores while I'm sleeping, and then I wake up with, you know, an acne mark here, an acne mark, whatever. The thing is that with the Typology Purifying Moisturizer, I find that that does not happen. It does not clog my pores. It really does soak into my skin and absorb into my skin, and it leaves my skin looking more refreshed in the morning. Now, my absolute favorite Typology product, I'm so sorry to tell you, is actually not available in the US, okay? I'm sorry. It is, however, available in France, and so, you know, if you're planning a trip to Paris or planning a trip to France, maybe see if you can like ship it to a relay point that is going to be close to your hotel or Airbnb. Because here's the thing. This shampoo, my hair loves this shampoo. I have found that this shampoo is so great at cleansing your scalp without drying out your hair. Also, my hair is curly, so I straighten it, and I found the Typology shampoo to be really great at making my curls pop, really great at moisturizing my curls and nourishing them and keeping them looking good. I really, really like the Typology shampoo. So if you have curly hair, if you tend to need a clarifying shampoo, that sort of thing, I would 1000% recommend the Typology shampoo. Now, one thing though I will say that bothers me about Typology is that just as I'm starting to find a product that I really like and I'm really enjoying and is working for me, it often seems like it gets discontinued. So they are constantly kind of changing what they offer, and obviously that makes sense, right? You have to produce things that, you know, people want to buy. It does get frustrating for me at times when I find something that I love and I'm using it and then all of a sudden, oop, it's discontinued, it's gone. Because very often there's kind of like no warning. It's just gone. So that is one thing though to keep note, is that if you find something at Typology that you absolutely love and you want to keep using it, then kind of stock up on it a bit, because it could just suddenly be gone in like 6 months and it will never come back. So a couple products that for me at least have not produced the results I hoped for. One is their lip balm. I have super chapped lips, as I already noted, and I need something that's really moisturizing, and I found that their lip balm didn't quite hit the mark with me. And when I say that, I mean that I can't just put the lip balm on and expect my lips to be moisturized. I have to put the lip balm on and then put something else on over it. So, for example, I put the lip balm on and then I have to put on a lip oil, right? And that lip oil is what's going to keep my lips kind of moisturized throughout the day. I was hoping that the lip balm would be able to serve as a base for my lipstick, because I love to wear bright lipstick. I love to have color on my lips. However, it does not. It is not sufficient, and my lips do start to feel cracked, and the lipstick starts to kind of absorb into the crack, and then nothing looks good. Now, another product that doesn't quite hit the mark for me is their body moisturizer. It absorbs into my skin, and yet after like an hour, my skin feels dry. I just don't know. It just does not, it's weird, because it clearly is absorbing into my skin, but it's not producing, you know, the moisturized glow that I am looking for. So as a result, I have their moisturizer and I'm trying to finish off the bottle, but it does not produce the results that I have hoped for. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just not right for my skin. But just because it's not right for my skin doesn't mean it's not right for your skin. Now that I've shared the Typology products that I love and also some of the ones I don't, here's the question. Is it right for your skin? Well, let's talk about that. If you are a type of person who has damaged your skin barrier, or you have skin sensitivities, or you're just kind of trying to start using products like vitamin C and retinol, that sort of thing, you will want to go with Typology. Typology is going to work for you. I really, truly believe, as I've kind of already said, that their formulations are made for many people. They really do look for active ingredients that aren't harsh. They don't put kind of a high percentage of even harsh ingredients in their products. So as a result, it's an easy kind of introduction into products if you haven't tried them. So for example, it's an easy introduction to retinol and vitamin C if you haven't already been using those products on your skin. But also, if your skin is damaged or sensitive, because they are using gentler formulations, your skin isn't going to kind of freak out when you apply these things. It is really going to work quite nicely on your skin. And also, if you are dealing with skin barrier issues, all of the products work together to really heal your skin. So as a result, you're gonna find that after 3 months of their products, your skin is going to look better. And I have seen it personally in people that I know who started using Typology once they moved to France, what their skin looked like after 6 months or whatnot. It's crazy how much the skin actually really does improve. So from that perspective, definitely 100% would recommend Typology products if that is kind of where your skin journey is at. Alright, so there you have it, my review of Typology Paris skincare. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions in the comments. As I have said, I have tried so many products, I could not possibly touch upon all of them in this video, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. I'm also including a link in the description box that is going to link you to all of the skincare products I've ever tried, and I have lots of Typology in there, and so you can take a look at my notes and see kind of if you like anything and what I had to say about the product. So, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, stay safe, bye!